This, when I was a wee boy, a wee laddie, a wean, I used to be a big fan of Oscar Wilde. And earlier on, who was here? You were here. I played this song, I'm practicing it. It's a song that I've written, and it's about Oscar Wilde. At the end of the song, there's a big list of his quotes. I just throw them all in there. And here it is. I'd like to thank Oscar I'd like to thank Oscar Time's a waste of money. Every saint has a past. Be yourself, everyone else is taken, and every sin won't last. I'd like to thank Dublin, October 8, 56, for Oscar Wilde. In a child he came to save, but what a price he paid, with so much to give. They don't let you live. Who is Oscar Wilde? He's Dorian Gray. One look and you've aged a day. He's the happy prince, standing on a column high for you and I. He was really quite a guy. Oscar Wilde, my inner child. No matter what you say, yes, I know he was gay, and it may not be the way to live, but there's a lot to learn from those who did. Oscar Wilde, Oscar Wilde. He said, don't be fake, it's a cardinal mistake. Yet what thou doth learnest in the importance of being earnest. But what he didn't say was diplomacy without duplicity was the umbrella. That's what I learned from Antonella. Now he rests with the best of them in Père Lachaise. Chopin, Jim Morrison, and dare I say, Molière. And yes, I know they were gay. A selfish giant or an ideal husband in every way, to a woman of no importance, understood every day. It's what you read when you don't have to that determines who you will be when you can't help it. I'm not young enough to know everything. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that's all. We're all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Never love anyone who treats you like you're ordinary. Never love anyone who treats you like you're ordinary. Now you don't love someone for their looks, their clothes, or their fancy car, but because they sing a song only you can hear. Now the very essence of romance is uncertainty. Between men and women, there is no friendship. There is passion, enmity, worship, love, but no friendship. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he'll tell you the truth. Thank you. When I was a little boy, I was a big fan of Oscar Wilde. He wrote
How
that.
did you know about him?
So I grew up in, my dad's very cultured. My dad's very into classical music like you, and into literature, and there's books and books and books and books, all books in the house. So that's how. And for some reason, it's an interesting question, I don't know the answer. For some reason, Oscar Wilde was my favorite. Because he had, you know what turned me on to him, was he had all that stuff I read at the end were all his quotes. I didn't write all that stuff. The song, I wrote the song, but the end stuff is all his quotes. But when I was a wee boy, Phrases and Philosophies for the Exclusive Use of the Young was the title of all his aphorisms and maxims. And because it was for the exclusive use of the young, but you read it, it's all very adult stuff. So what he's secretly telling you is to stay young in your heart, to stay young. In other words, if he's like saying, if you're old, I don't want you to read this.